Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream. I haven't been streaming a lot lately on YouTube, but I thought it's a good day to do this again. Vancouver is quite rainy and cloudy today, so not much going on outside. So I just thought, well, we'll do some more Houdini stuff today. Normally I I stream over on Twitch. But I thought today I'll just go back on YouTube just to see how it is, how people are liking it over here, if it's any better or whatever, right? So I've been working on those Houdini challenges for quite a bit now, but I'm falling behind because every day there's a new challenge and I'm just really busy with work stuff and other stuff. Like on Discord we have lots of challenges over there as well. So I'm actually quite busy, so that's why I just didn't have too much time. All right, so I think I'm not even sure how the quality is. Like, would be great to first of all say hello in the chat, then I can say hello to you guys. And also, how's the stream quality? Is there a lag between my audio and the voice? There might be actually, because I don't think I changed those settings yet. It would be great just to, yeah, if you can give me a quick heads up if all is good, if there's some issues. Also, we had our most recent subscribers, O'Reilly Kubel. Thank you very much for your subscription here on YouTube. Much appreciated. I don't think I changed those settings yet. Yeah, I think there's a delay. No lag? No? Okay. Would be great just to I'm just quickly checking myself here. And other stuff. No, there is definitely a delay. Like when I watch the live stream and I think it's definitely lagging. I mean not the picture, I mean my audio, my lip sync is not in sync, that's what I mean. Yeah, I think there's a delay. No lag? No? Okay. Well, slightly. In either case, let me just try to... Yeah, I think so. There's a small lag. Let me just try to adjust it, and I hope I do it the right way now. So I think it's 400 milliseconds. So now, I'm sorry for that. I didn't test that before. I should have done. My lip sync is not in sync. I just want to quickly check if there is a... I changed the lag delay in Streamlabs now to 400 milliseconds. So we will see. Yeah, it is very subtle, I know. But we'll be starting shortly. Yeah. Okay, that's better. I just was waiting for YouTube to update so I can actually see what I'm talking. So now I can bring back the music, which is not playing anymore, which needs to play, otherwise I'll go crazy. Really? It's worse? No, it was fine just now. I checked. Well, anyways, I think it was good. It's always those technical issues, right? It's always a pain. All right, anyways, I think it's fine. I'll just double check again. So we should be pretty good. So, all right, so I have Houdini open, so I think we should just transition over to Houdini and we just get going. So let me do the transition. So there we go. Ain't that pretty? The problem though is we don't see the chat, do we? Oh, you guys all say it was better before? Interesting. Well, Just one sec, I'm just looking. It doesn't seem... Yeah, I think it's better too. I'm just testing one quick thing again. It seems that the chat box is not actually working. I'm just testing that quick. I was hoping... Okay, you guys see that now, right? Okay, now it's, I think, working. Last check up here. I'm just doing this full screen. Yeah, okay. Oh, I see it. They just fade out. Sorry, one last thing here. Oh, man. Alright, so chat box, I need to change it so always show messages, and I probably want to show like 50 or something. Alright, so now we should have it. Our mod is here too, and there we go. Alright, let me try that. It's always a hassle. Once you have things set up, then it's great, but as soon, like, it takes away a bit of time. Okay, we lost our previous chat, I guess, but I think it's working. All right, so what is HOULY8, right? So that's a question from Brian. So essentially what it is, there's like a Houdini challenge over on their side effects webpage, and they have a challenge every day, and I'll just bring it up quick. When I find the main page. All right, so here, this is what it looks like. So HOULY challenge. So every day there's a new topic like earth, wind, water, fire, wave, swing, speed, falling. So I completed 7 challenges so far, and the next thing is I'm trying to do some falling today, so that's challenge number 8. And I can actually show you my most recent projects. Let me just bring that up here. Where was it? Research. It was quite fun to do it, actually. So this was one. So this is a fire, which was day 4. So I created like a little flamethrower thing and particles and the test pig, and then I was transferring the volume over to the pig head, and I was changing it in the shader to make it like a burnt look. But my most recent one is the speed one, which is this guy. So it's also the test asset from Houdini, and he's just going like underwater with flapping, what is it, tentacles, and I don't know, some bubbles. So it was fun to do as well. Yeah, and today, as I said, we are working on day number 8, falling. So I was thinking to do some kind of domino effect. I never tried it before, so what I want to do is I want to create a grid, I think, of dominoes essentially, and I want to transfer color over, so we have some color dominoes, like some kind of texture to them. And then the main goal is to have them fall over using rigid bodies. So I have no clue really how to do all that, so you guys will be helping me or looking how I struggle, and in the end, we will be able to hopefully render that using Arnold today. That's the goal. Yeah, so one sec here. What else? Okay, so what I want to do here, somehow I want to probably I want to do HOULY. Is there a way to extract this image here? Probably, let me just, like, what I want to do, I want to use some kind of texture and transfer that over onto some particle. So I have the color from the particle, from the image on our domino stones. That's the plan. So what I'm doing now, I'm just loading Photoshop quick. And you see all the crap I'm doing here. So let's just create a new one. Let's just do, I don't know, full HD. So what I want to do, I want that HOULY picture. I'm not sure if they have, I'm not even sure if that's HOULY. It's probably HOULY. But then I thought it's daily, so I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it. All right, so I want this image here. On copy and paste it. So I'm just doing a quick screen grab. Like that. Yeah, I do use a tablet. Oh, I used V-Ray for Maya a long time ago. I know, like, I think Houdini is just more, sorry, I think Arnold is just a bit more easy to use and it just delivers better results. But honestly, I haven't tried V-Ray in a long time, so I can't say really about the features of V-Ray. I know they have nice GPU support, but that's essentially all I know. All right, so we have this HOULY, and I want to probably make this actually like kind of like that, and I want to fill this with this color like that, and I probably want the gray stuff as well. Like I wanted this like color, the black, the gray to a black color. All right, so we have all this, and now we essentially can just do a fill. I think Shift F5, fill it. Why didn't this work? Oh, I know. Gotta pick this. Yeah, okay. All right. There you go. HOULY. All right, so I want to do a file save as. Let's do, and let's actually create a new folder structure. So in one of my recent streams, I was also using, like I was doing some coding, and you can see what we coded. So I want to go to research, Houdini, and, oh, actually, where do I want to go? I'm not sure. Here we go in render. Let's go source images. Right click and I can create a new project, and we can then just type in HOULY. So that's the thing we coded on our Twitch stream last time. And it just creates another folder structure. And here we can just create folders. So let's see, I just want to probably do sources, nothing more than that. And then we create a folder structure, and I can just paste this in here. We want to save it as a JPEG, nothing crazy. And we just type HOULY logo, whatever. Yeah, just do that, and hopefully that should be it. All right, so this is what we start off with. So essentially what I want to start off is with a grid, and I probably should save my scene first. If I save it, I can also use the autosave function, which saves my butt more than ever. So research Houdini, and we do, oh, I didn't save swing wave. Where's that? Interesting. Well, we want to do 8, which is falling. All right, so that is saved. And I want to make sure autosave is on. So Wheezy, you like effects, texturing and lighting. And you see that I'm interested in those areas. And you're asking if it's worth to specialize in a certain field or not. It depends really. Like if you want to work in VFX, you probably want to specialize. If you want to work in a smaller studio, you probably don't want to specialize. It just depends where you want to go, right? Dominoes. I'm saying that because in VFX and bigger studios, most of the time they have specific departments for each kind of task they do. What was it called? Attribute from map or something? Yeah. All right, so we have this attribute from map. We have a grid here. So what I want to do, I want to pick that texture, which is now under render. No, where did I put it? Forgot already. Source images, HOULY, sources. There it is. So now this essentially should transfer it over. Right now you can see how shitty it is. It's because our grid does not have resolution. We've got 10 by 10 pixels. If you want to see the wireframe, you can see what's happening. So this essentially is also our like how dense our domino grid will be. So let's just try 1,000 dominoes, right? So you can see now we have this, it's flipped. I'm not sure why it's flipped. Why is it flipped? Scale. -1? No. Image settings. Invert. There it is. Woo! Alright, so we have HOULY in here. You can already see the pattern. It's obviously not the best resolution yet. We can do more, obviously. This is now a lot more. And you can see now we get way more better representation. I probably want to, for now at least, for our testing phase, we will just start off with 50. And I can also change the grid size. Oh, it's actually stretching the whole thing. Can we, like, if I want to just do 5. Can I somehow stretch it? I can offset it. I was hoping I probably need to I was thinking it will go into UVs. And you can see that we are doing this all together. I have actually no real experience in this. Hey Ole, how's it going, man? You're here as well. So cool. Thanks, man. Alright, so this does not create UV. So anyways, it's a bit stretched now, so I'm not sure why it's stretching it. Which sucks a bit. Well, we can do it a bit later. So let's not stretch it for now. So now it's how it was. Also, I first of all want to thank our most recent subscriber, which is O'Reilly. So thank you very much for your sub here over on YouTube. Much appreciated. How's it going, Dudu? So, all right, we have this grid still. So what we want to do now, we want to essentially, we can either scatter points, which just creates us points on this grid pattern. And it's kind of random where the placement is. We can also remove that, so that's really random. This is trying to place them somehow, but you don't get that nice grid layout. I'm not sure if we can do it in here, but essentially what you want to do instead, you can just use an add sub, which is controversial. But in the add sub, you can essentially delete the geometry, but keep the points. And now we have those points. Maybe a bit hard to read. If I change this to dark, is that better? Dark theme. Well, we can see HOULY, but probably just go to gray. Yeah. Right, we can see we have those points, right? I have a pretty strong, solid PC here. I have a Intel Xeon. What do I have? Gold 6148 CPU, and I have yeah, that's mainly what I'm using is for now, and then obviously 64 gigs of RAM. Yeah, pretty decent build. So we have this thing now, right? So what you want to do next is probably place those dominoes. So right now we just use a box as a test, and we then want to copy to points. So we copy something to those points, and something in our case is that box. And now you can see we have boxes all over the place. And if I scale them down, you can see now each box has its own color, because we had transferred that value over from the texture. Yeah, you would need to sell your kitties for that. I agree. Alright, so we have our basic box, and right now you can see that if I try to transform this, that our origin is in the center of that thing. You can see that. So we obviously want to move it up. So there's a few ways to do it. There's a nice nice node which is called what is it? Game? Is it axis or something? Axis align. So you can just drop that after your asset, and it will just move it to the origin. I just gotta reduce the audio of that music. That was a bit much. Alright, so now you can see that it's essentially placed up here. And obviously now we can go very anal about it. So we can just bring up domino. Is it called a stone dimension? I'm not sure. Twice as long as they are wide. So it's just double the height essentially, right? They're actually pretty thick. I didn't know. I did not remember that they were so thick. So they say it's double the height. So what we do here, we just do for wide 2. So that's already the height of one. And I'm not sure about the thickness. I would probably just eyeball it. So we can go size, and which one is it? Is it Z? It doesn't matter. So we just do this a bit. All right, so I'm just roughly eyeballing this, right? So this is now our initial stone. And what we can do as well is now just apply some bevels to it. And that we could just use a bevel modifier because it's such a simple shape. We just do a bevel modifier. Hey, Valentine, is that Tago? I guess it is. Houdini, July. Oh yeah, that's probably what it is. I thought it's daily. Houdini plus daily, but you might be right that it's actually for July. Yeah, it makes more sense. And then it's Houli, and not Houli, I guess makes more sense now. All right, so we want to do some bevel like that. We can also bring up the ref. So it is actually, it has 2 bevels, I think. So one bevel is, let's just do actually pure ref. Don't we have a better image of this guy? Better image, not worse images. That's quite okay. Let's use that. So pure ref. And if you guys are wondering, I'm back in Windows. I actually installed Linux, but my stream cam does not really work so well on Linux. That's why I'm here again. All right, so we have 2 bevels. One is around one bevel is around the edges, and one is around like the corners, and one is around all over the edges. So we probably want to do 2 bevels. So one is we want to pick the edges first. So we want to go into edge mode, and we want to select these guys. So now we have control over those, right? We want to fairly round it, square like that, and then we add divisions, and then we do another bevel, and this time we remove those edges. And we want to exclude it based on angle. So if I increase the angle just below 90, we will only reach the one side of things, right? Let me just do it very little. You can see now we only beveling the front face. Like that. Yeah, please let me know if you have any questions about this, right? It should not be too new or too crazy. So, but if you have any questions, I'm always happy to help. All right, so we have this. So we probably want to also do more variations of this at some point. But for now, we just want to scatter this. So copy to points should do this now. All right, so now we have all these stones all over the place. And we can already see that we definitely need more, like a higher resolution of this. So and you can also, I'm not sure if this will work, pack an instance. Oh, it does work, okay. All right, so now let's just increase the grid number. So let's go 100. All right, so now we have way more stones, and we can probably do more. All right. And rows. More rows. Probably like this. All right, so now we have Houli, Julie. And okay, now comes the thing. Like, I'm not sure like how we do it. So I obviously just want to tip them over. And we want to have it as a rigid body. So this is now obviously the challenge, which I have no clue how to do it. What the hell? Okay, so I think this is our initial starting point, right? So I'll just create an out, which is always a good convention to do whenever you're done if in a context. You just do that, and then you go out, and then you have a new level here. All right, so this is our setup essentially. So what I want to do next is try to do a test, like how can we have something tipped over? HOULI8? HOULI8? Oh, HOULI8. Oh man, you guys are killing me. All right, so this will be just our test thing here. So let's just do rigid test. We just want to hide everything else like that. So in here, we just want to create two boxes. We just make them 2, and we're going to do 0.1. Oh, let's not do 0.5. All right. And we do the same axis align thing. So we have this, and then we want to do copy. You could also do a copy and transform. It's essentially another way to do it. We want this axis like that. All right. So now we have 2 copies, and we can obviously copy them as many times as we want. And yeah, so what I want to try next is obviously to tip them over. So the first thing is, how would we do it? So we can do it with velocity and just have one point or one item have velocity on it. Essentially just push it over. Actually, I have no clue how to do it. So we probably want to do a solver, like a Rigidbody Solver, I think. RBD, is it RBD bullet is what we want? Required geometry, constraints, guide sim. All right, let's put it in here. Okay, so something is already happening with velocities. So if I put my ground position down more, they should drop, hopefully. Yay! Did you see that? What a nice dance. HOULI8. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So the good thing is we already have it essentially working. So we can have a guide. I think there's like a guide sim. And I think we can just... Yeah, never tried it. All right, so what do we want to do now is we probably want to just emulate something pushing it over, right? So let's try that. If I do another box, which is essentially a finger or whatever, tipping it over. We just want to make it Probably a bit longer. I'm not sure if we need to merge it in. Probably. Or this is a collider. Constraint proxy collision. Let's actually not do a collision geo. Like that. And our collision geo, we want to animate that. So if I move it up. Oops. Move it back. This is so weird. Okay, and then we just after like for like half a second we just move it over. Like that. Boom. All right, let's see what that does. Nothing. Why? So somehow we need to make sure that our collision is actually being transformed. And I'm not sure if we need to go in here. Which is this is the HDA essentially, and somewhere in here is a collision. You can search, I'm not sure, oh maybe like that? Collisions, stop import collisions. Alright. Ooh. We're going into the brains of that thing. Let's see, where is that? Is that this? Yeah, this is bringing it in. Transform, use DOP object ID, fetch element from DOP. So it's fetching it from the DOP net. It's bringing it in, show convex. That's just a setting. I'm not 100% sure how we can have the collider animate with it. Normally you collision object type in here. Could animated. Oh yeah, this one I guess, right? Yeah, thanks so much. All right, so play. Boom, 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 boom. All right, that was easy actually. Cool stuff. It's so extremely fast because our collision object. Oh, it's actually not that. It's actually calculating a bounding box. You can specify it to be a box. And then it should be even faster in terms of calculating those collisions. So the good thing is it's working. What we still need to do is we need to start with one domino and we need to stagger it so it's actually at some point flipping over all the ones. Yeah, you're good, Tagos. Thanks, man. What's happening? Okay. All right, so that's great. So our basic test works. So what we want to do probably, we just want to do another geo group here, and we just want to call it dominoes sim. And what we want to do in here, we want to do an object merge, and we just want to bring in our object. So from our dominoes out, we just bring it in. It's essentially like an instance or a reference or whatever, right? So we're bringing it from one point to another point. So because everything is perfectly aligned. Yeah, Domino Day, that I agree. That was actually super interesting. They had all these little trails and challenges, and it had to go up and down. And yeah, that was actually fun. I watched that as a kid too. It was pretty cool. All right, so now let's see how this works with a lot more objects. So solver. And first of all, what we want to do, oh, we want a rigid body. Oh, is it called RBD? RBD bullet. All right, RBD bullet. First of all, we want to change the collision to directly to be a box. And let's just see if it dies on us now. How long does it take? All right, that was quite fast. All right, it's fairly slow now. We didn't even do any kind of sim yet or animation. So let's just go back to our test and just copy the box here and just place it. All right, the big finger is up here. I'm not sure if we should scale this scene up. We probably should. But let's just place this for now. We will just do a crazy destruction here. Or we maybe will have the pig head, the Houdini test pig, just fall in the middle and stuff splatters or something. Alright, so now let's do play and see what happens. Oh, we still need to switch it. Man, I was getting too excited here. So, bullet, deforming static. And we probably don't want bounce anyways, so kill the bounce. We can also... Yeah, let's just leave it. Let's just hit play here. Destruction is what I'm saying. Yeah. How long is he? Dang it, how long was it? Let's see what happens. I'm not sure if they will tip over. No, I see they actually seem to be tipping over. It's actually not bad already. I like it. Okay, let's just stop the sim. And it's not bad, honestly. It's pretty fast. Let's see. And we're actually using our rounded dominoes already. Not bad. What I like is that these ones here are going. That's actually cool. So what do we want to do now that the concept is working? I'm actually not sure. So everything is dropping down. I think we still want to have we either want to have this loop thing. We can try that as well, just see how that works. So let's do another test with a curve. I'm not sure how you would copy a box to a curve. Shouldn't be too difficult, I think. So let's just do another group and rename this to spline copy or something. Alright, so we got the box, and now I want to go into top view, and I want to do a draw curve. And I probably want to just hit enter, right? Is that not how it works? Projection in ZX. What do you got? Alieni Xupa, thank you very much for your subscription here. Much appreciated. Alright, let's say we have these points. What about adding a rotation to the collider, which will give some variation the way they are being knocked down? Rotation to the collider? Oh, you mean like just rotate the finger thing? Yeah, we can totally do that. Do the proxy domino for the sim bit and use a transform piece to replace the proxy. Yeah, I see what you mean. Instead of using... But the thing is, Tago, I changed it in the collider. I changed the geometry representation to box. I think that is actually the fastest way to do it, because I'm telling the collider or the solver, do not calculate a crazy bounding box. Just use a simple geometry for it. Let's just see if I'm talking bullshit. Show constraints, show collision, show ground. We want to show collider. Is that a way to do that? Show active. Oh, I clicked show geometry representation. Maybe that's now drawing the bounding boxes. I don't like that. Ah. This will take forever now. Yeah, neither am I. I'm not an expert too, but I learned in a class I did that you can change the collider object from either convex, which will calculate the bounding box, or you can change the type to something more simple, like a primitive. Yeah, we got another subscriber here, Nikhil. Thank you very much. My Houdini is just dying, which sucks a bit. It's cooking something. Can we just cancel this? Come on, come on, come on. It's not a good sign. I can just launch another Houdini just to be safe. The good thing is the autosave saves, I think, quite frequently, so we should not have lost much. Yeah, you can also hit escape in Houdini to stop it, but I did it like 10 times and it just didn't do anything, so we just see what we do. Shannon, what is it? Karkia, thank you so much for your subscription. What then is what you're talking about? The torque? Oh, I'm surprised that this button is... Oh, we are back, I think. Oh, we are back. Good stuff. So what do? We save. And I untick this. Okay. Oh, lucky me. So I definitely clicked the wrong button. I wanted to just show... Oh, show collision geometry representation? No, but that's this guy. What I want to show the collision geometry. I definitely don't want to click this. Displays the bullet geometry representation by the... It's actually that. I think it's actually that. Any case, I think it's working fine. So what I wanted to test here with the spline is how to copy things on this spline. Is it just copy 2 points as well, I guess, right? Must be the same deal. Yeah, same deal. And I think we can also orient them better. I think there's like orient to, or align to curve something, or curve, what was it? Orientation along curve, is that what it is? Yeah, so now that's it. You can see, like, if you know what the nodes you need, it's actually quite straightforward. Collisions geometry representation box. I think that's what I clicked and then it hanged on me. What did you say? Geometry, visualize, where'd you go? Collisions. Oh, that's what I have. I just want to see them in the viewport if it's actually doing it. But I think it is. So let's try this. So we have this, we want to scale them a bit. All right. And then we want to resample the curve. Right now, it's just how fast I drew, the more points it added. So if you do a resample, it will just create you new points. I can show you that from here. So if you see the points, we have way more points and sometimes they are close together, and the resample just evenly spreads them out. And based on the length, you can change them, right? Yeah. So now we have this, which is quite cool because this way we can actually draw a curve and have them like stagger out somehow. I'm still a bit on the like, I still don't know exactly. Let's actually check it out quickly. Domino day layout. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. This is even better. Like, do something like that. It's not bad. But this will take some serious... Like, obviously you can do this procedurally quite simple, I think, using Houdini procedural modeling things. This is quite cool, like a tree thing. We could actually use that as well. Like, how's it called, that tree thing? System something? L system. So L system, you see, it's already there. We got it already. Let's see what we can play with. Generations is how many, I guess. Yeah. And you can see I'm just trying things out here. Like, I don't have any vision like what I want to really do. I just want to play around with dominoes and have them fall down somehow. So we can do the same with the resample, I guess. Probably need more. Isn't that really? Ah, there we go. So right now you can see that they are different. We got to fuse them together, which is like a vertex weld. And then we should connect these guys together. I'm not sure if that worked. Shit. Oh, it's actually like that. I thought it's 2D, it's actually 3D. That's what the hell it was. Alright, so we have now a tree made of dominoes. That's not what we want. I thought we can have this just to be flat. Obviously we could just, yeah, we can just move them down. So what we can do, we can obviously do a scale, but we can also do some kind of vex stuff, just to show how that would work. P.y is equal to 0. This should just bring all of them to the origin. Now we have a star shape pattern. All right. And they are intersecting, and I think we still have the problem that they are not actually fusing them together, and I'm not sure how we want to do that. Is there like a curve convert or something? There, I think there was something like that. Convert that into a NURBS. Oh, you see, that's the problem. They are not, it's not one curve. If anyone knows how I can make a curve of all these individual curves, that would be super helpful. In the meantime, we can look at a bit more about those layouts. So we can do this. That's totally fair. But I'm still not sure how we can have... Oh, we can just have a sphere going. Oh, I see what we can do. Sorry, I'm thinking and talking and confusing you guys, I guess. Let's just minimize this. So instead of our big ass finger, I will do a sphere instead. Yeah, I have the fuse node. It didn't work with the fuse node though. I can show you quickly. What was it? Spline copy. So I have a fuse. I have these points. I fused them. Right, I fused them already quite a bit. Fuse that point. Fuse them, yeah, fuse them. That's what I want. But then the resample, you can see that we still have these. They are not really fused. Point number, one point. After the resample, it's not 1 point anymore. Come on, it is a finger. Create only points? No. Along arc, along court. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. That's always what I do. I just click and hope for the best. Yeah, it's somehow not connecting them. Anyway, so I just scrapped the idea. Let's go back in here. I wanted to probably have a sphere instead. So a sphere which is just moving outwards, and then we start in the center, and then they will start falling over. Or we could have a something like just going over, like we'll see. All right, let's just use a sphere for now, like that. We'll just visualize it. wherever it is. Let's do a polygon and resampling before. Yeah, I'll try that. All right, so we have our grid, and we can even, yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be a sphere, but why not? So I want to start. Let's see. Here, I guess, and I'll just really simply, as we did before, I'll just animate the x-axis here. So I guess center, is that it? Yeah. Oh, why Tommy? Why it's actually called Tommy? That's funny. But Tommy, why can't I do that? I would love to be able to just merge those things together. All right, so now we have this. Boop, 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 boop. It's maybe way too fast. I think this will kill our sim. For now, let's just get rid of a few more points. So we want to change the rows, I guess. Oh, we can use a blast as well. Let me just do a blast. Delete non-used. Sorry, delete non-selected. And I want to do a box. I want to do a group. I just want to create a group of those points, and I want to does this work? Oh wait, I gotta read what you're saying, Dennis. 1 second here. First of all, I want to create the group based on bounding region, and I want to have my bounding object, which is this. All right, so now we should have a group of points and I can blast them. I just do that quickly just to have a bit faster sim. Okay, never was possible. Okay, thanks, Tommy. I thought it is possible. All right, so now we have less dominoes. So now let's see if I sim this. What happens? Obviously, as suspected, it's a bit strong. But they are actually collapsing. Let's just wait this out and I can answer some questions, I guess. If you want to populate, you have to resample multiple based on distance and then populate dominoes. Okay. Dennis, why did you delete your messages? I wanted to read them now. Man, I still keep flying those points there. Yeah, I think I know what you want. Multiple curves and... Oh, what's happening now? Shit, what happened? Why did they explode? They just thought to fall the other way around? Why? Man, we had such a good start with that wave coming in. So why is that happening? If anyone knows, that would be like I wouldn't know what to do. Let's check. Maybe there's some solver thing. Maybe it's bouncing or something. Yeah, we have bounce. Let's kill bounce. Friction, I guess, is fine. And I'm not sure if we can somehow even optimize this. Collision padding, so that means the objects get a bit larger. We probably want to reduce that so it's more closer to the object. But I'm not sure if the collision padding is only needed for if you use convex hull or something like that. Alright, so we have this, and I think you can also have this run on the GPU as well. You can try that. Maybe this is a bit faster. Oh, I think it is actually on the GPU already, isn't it? Oh. Add impact data. We don't have guided sim. We probably could increase sub steps, but anyways, let's just try with our new setting what changed, or if anything actually changed at all. And in the meantime, I want to head over to Photoshop, and I just want to create some interesting pattern. Let's just see. Abstract pattern. I'm just lazy as always. What is cool? Maybe this? Yeah, this is cool. Copy, or can I do this? Yeah, nice. And then we want to do some kind of operation on this. Probably want to first select by color plus this color. And we have a mask, and I can do that. Put this on top. Let's see. I was just saying you could use your box and add a sphere below the tree to get the same size. Oh, I see. Oh, that's fine, Dennis. I understood what you were saying now. It's fine to like, I'm learning, as you guys can see, I'm learning while I'm doing this, and I really appreciate all comments. So I'm really happy with any feedback. That's quite cool. Thank you. So now I want to do some kind of outline in Photoshop. What is it? Where is it? Stroke? Stroke. We probably want to do black. Like that. HOULY8, whatever you said. I think that is quite cool. And let's just save that out. Maybe is the pattern really too bright? It might be. But let's just see. So export, quick export. What did we say actually? Save as. We also want to crop it a bit, I think. We don't want those black borders. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go file, save as. And sources, JPEG, poly logo, let's do 2 or whatever. And I don't care about those artifacts. It will give us nice randomization in the point copy stop or whatever. So what happens here? We are still simming, and we still have these objects going in the wrong direction, and I'm not sure why. It sucks a bit. They just start doing this. Like, there's nothing actually colliding with them, which I find highly, highly concerning, if that's a word. I'm thinking maybe that the collision padding is going through the ground plane, and maybe that's why they jitter, and then at some point they just fall over. It's a possibility. I don't know. Maybe you guys, Dennis or Tommy or Tago, you guys know. If not, then I'll just try first to change my main image here on the top. Where is my transform? Here. What do you say? _2? Yeah. Lovely. So we now have nice colored images here. Let's see. We can also randomize them, and we should randomize them. Let's just do that. Maybe someone can help me about the jitter stuff. In the meantime, I will just go into where is it? We're getting the points here, and then we do the copy here. So what I can do, I can do a attribute randomize, or you can just do it obviously in code, but I'm not that familiar with all those functions. Like, I know Vex has all this huge library of functions, and I just don't know all of them. That's why I just don't do it. So we want orient. Maybe the mirrors are too far up the floor. I would rather think they are too far down, but I can test this for sure. So first of all, I want to give them some kind of random orientation. Okay, I'll check. I'll check if that's the case. I want the orientation to be inside sphere, and then I want to make sure that our direction is Y. So now they're facing, should be facing up. Oh, I was hoping they would rotate. Is that not orient what it would do? You can create an activation frame, so you can set a frame when the pieces change to active to prevent the pieces to... Oh, yeah. Thanks, David. I'll give it a try. That makes sense. If you rotate your dominoes 45 degrees on Y, you may get a more interesting effect because every other row will be offset. Oh, I see. I think I see. So it's like a staggered effect, right? That's what you mean? I first want to get this random rotation. I'm not sure why. Do I just need to do... No, isn't this like that? It's weird. Like I was hoping that this would just rotate around the y-axis, but it's definitely clearly not doing that. Is it just instead of is it up? No. Okay, this is clearly not what I want. And that as well now, right? No. I'm not sure what to do here. Okay, let's just leave it for now. So you said to stagger them. I'm not sure how I would do it though. Because I'm copying all the points, and you were saying that I need to stagger them somehow. Try N, not orient. Okay. Let's try N then. N. Do I maybe not want the cone angle and just regular? Man, I'm failing with that simple task here. So I was hoping that we can use the inside sphere thing. No chance here. What I can do, I could obviously do instead of copying it like that. Let me just do that. I'm not sure if there's probably a way smarter way to do it. So what I can do instead, I can just use a for loop for each point. I'm not sure. This is probably not the best way to do it, but again, let's just do it. Instead, now what I could do. Okay, let me try up and then we'll do the other thing. Is it up all small? Oh, up. Maybe up did it. Did it? No. Not sure. Okay, what I'm doing now, I'm just use this, create a meta import node, and I can do for each iteration, essentially, I can just use a random y value, right? Again, I think this is a way slower way to do it, but I think this will give me what I want. So I could essentially go into, I can create a transform here. If I rotate this now, I hope they are rotating, which they are. Again, I think this is the slower way to do it. You can see now all of them are rotated. So what I can do now, essentially I can do a detail function. And I can read meta. I think you gotta do meta. Ooh, hit enter too soon. And I wanna do, I think it's called iteration. And then 0 for our, what is it? Attribute index. What's happening? I think, as I said, this is now way, way slower. Okay, so we get this. So every iteration, we get a degree. Like every degree, essentially, we rotate this. That's why I think that's actually similar to what Tommy wanted with the stagger. Let's see, you can create a random attribute called rotate for each point. And in there, a transform of the random attribute. Okay, but can't I just use a fit as well in here? Like a random function. And then I do a fit a 1. Isn't that also an option? And I want to do 0 to, I don't know, 50. Yeah, this is doing what I want, I think. So essentially I'm creating a random value between 0 and 1 from the iteration. So every iteration we get a new random value, and then I'm fitting that random value, which is in the range from 0 to 1, to 0 and 50. So it's either not rotating, but can we do negative values? Let's try minus 20 and 20. So it's 20 to 20 degrees and yeah, offset rotated. Okay, that's doing it as well. Obviously 20 is a bit much. Let's go 10 and 10. Did it update? And we can also offset the position as well, that we don't have those perfect lines. So what I think I'd rather do that with the points though. It's a way faster way to do it. And we can, I think, just use a random P, right? So this didn't work for us. So if I can do P, and we do, is that what it's doing? I want to multiply. Okay. Or add, I guess. I guess multiply. Or we put both to 0 and then we should have our initial starting point. Yeah. So now we can just add, we probably want to just add X and Z. You can see now we get some minor offsets here. It's very subtle. I'm not sure how visible it is in the stream. Probably we should just show the points. Makes probably more sense. You can see now I'm offsetting them, right? You can see that, staggering them. Very gentle. And then we do the same on the other axis. Like that. And now we go from, we go from straight to a more staggered way. I think it's maybe a bit much. Like that, should do it. Just that it's not perfect. All right, so we have these things. So now we do that, do that, do that. We do the transform on that before. I'm still, man, there must be an easier way to do this on the points directly. Let me try again. Or let's just Google. Why don't we just Google and see? Houdini, rotate points, y-axis. There you go. Exactly what I want to do. Long version. We don't want a long version. MOPS, that's what it is. Motion operators. That's a plugin though. I don't want to install that right now. If you're lazy like me, you can use an orient attribute to align them and attribute randomize to pick the angle. Man, this is overly complicated, isn't it? Quaternions. Oof. Well, let's try it in Vex then. Let's see what we get. Spectral wrangle. You want to start the animation with one falling domino, right? I'm not so sure what I want to do. Maybe I also have something just in the center dropping down or something. I'm not sure, honestly. We will explore this together, I guess. What is the problem? Okay. Fed random orient. Orient is not doing anything right now. But he said he had normals, right? Let's just create normals first. I just created normals quickly and up facing, so that's good. All right, that actually worked. I'm not sure why, but it worked, which is great. So all I gotta do now is probably change the multiplier. Channel, let's just say orientation. And now we can rotate them. It's way faster than what I wanted, so that's great. It's like, I mean, it's faster than this for loop here, so we can scrap that. Orientation. I'm so OCD, I gotta clean that up. Okay. It's just, well, it's just rotating them slightly, and it's fine. I think we don't need to go too crazy anyways. So that the good thing is we can't scrap this. So now we have it way faster. All right, so now let's bring back, let's get rid of the blast. All right. All right, so we have the same thing. I probably want to move it back a tiny bit. And then I probably want to extend the duration of this. Alright, so now we're just hitting them a bit. Actually, I like the idea that it was actually a bit more aggressive. Actually, let's just move them back in it. Alright, so this is now like really flipping them over. Okay. Yeah. So if I sim it, let's just actually do a file cache after this, and just call this dominoes, almost. We'll probably just wanna, for now, just do maybe 100. Okay, let's see. So you can create a random attribute called rotate, point in the direction. I'm not so sure how I want to do the animation yet. It would be nice to have either them just falling down and then revealing the text, or just have them start from the center and then open up like a circle or something. I'm not sure. Oh, sleeping time. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Okay, wow, so many tips here. So one is what you will do, Roberto. So I will be doing that sleeping thing. I will test that. And from Kieran, you could shift middle click on your sphere transform to flatten the animation, like to have a consistent, like, is it Bezier to linear, I guess is what you're talking about, right? Let's just try that. So you said, this is right now Bezier. So you said shift middle click. What did you say? Shift middle click on your transform. Oh yeah, so yeah, you're talking about this. So I can just move this to linear, right? So that's a constant speed, yeah. I probably can also change it in here somehow, because it still says Bezier, which is weird, even though it's linear. I'm sure you can change it by default somehow. Okay, let's see what we get first of all. Load from disk, get nothing. All right, so we get them falling. And then we have this madness. Okay, so you said sleeping timer, so let's try that. If I can find it. We can search, which is nice, if you don't know where to look for it. Sleeping time, 2 seconds, all right. When an object's speed has been below its linear and angular speed thresholds for the amount of time, the object is eligible to deactivate it and put to sleep. This can improve performance. It makes sense because it only starts after 2 seconds. No, not really. It starts right here, 36. I think that's 1.5 seconds. That's weird. So you said I reduced that, yeah? 0.05. Can I just visualize active? Let's try that. So show sleep in. I think that's a problem. It's now unpacking them. There we go. No? Yeah, I'm not sure. I think they are just all sleeping now. Let's just see and try if that's better. I probably just want to change the grids for now, just to have a bit faster interaction here. So let's just go divided by 2. Let's see. Kill the collision, okay. First want to see if we still have it now with less. It's weird that our collision geometry is not really round to it. Yeah, I never used that one too. That's the first time. But you can see now with less, we don't get that. Which is good. So it's something, it's maybe the collision padding. It might be that. All right, let's go in columns. No, I wanted the other one. So we have divided by 5. Okay, now we have just more rows. Do we still get it? So it happened about like 36 in. Yeah, it starts already. I can see them already bouncing. Yeah, it does start again. You can see that here, these points start moving already. All right, so kill the collision. Where do I kill the collision? Solver, collisions, use collisions. It doesn't do it when collisions is off, so it's something to do with that. So maybe it's a collision padding then? Okay, let's see. So you say you should go into the network where it's red, and then you go into the solver. So you're just looking if I can see how the collision looks like, right? But then I'm just looking where I can see the collision object itself. Or is that it? No, right? Constraint geo, house cleaning, housekeeping, house cleaning. What is in here? Guess this one, right? All right, objects. So this is actually where the solver is. I think that's what you meant. And then we've got a ground thing, and this is our collision object. And I think we can, for now, look at the show guide geo. So this is what we are working with, and we are shrinking it based on this. So first of all, we can see. I don't want to display the geometry. Let's just delete it. Delete the channel. Okay, David, that's also a good idea. How can I... Oh, I see. Just check the velocity. How can I normalize it such that I just have a float? Show guide geometry. Why we still don't see the bounding boxes here. I was hoping we would see it now. Show guide geometry, is that not it? Yeah, I still see my geo. Okay, what the hell? It doesn't matter. Like I will see what we can do here on the top level. Oh, is it length? That's what yeah, I actually knew that. Thank you. All right, so you saying I should go in here no, where was it? I can probably, but there was a dedicated area as well. Here, right? Use pop forces. Is that a pop wrangle, a pop force? Let's just test quick. Uh-oh. I was hoping we just force P to be 0. Ah. I guess it's not colliding, and now it's doing chaos. Good, I saved. I'll be back in a second. Quick bathroom break here. Alright, luckily it came back. Or no, luckily I thought it came back. I'm not sure exactly when the autosave happened, but we'll just see where we are. Okay, we're somewhere in here. Okay. And up that, and then where was forces? Up here. Alright. David did it. Okay. Yeah, kinda should work, David. With existing vector attributes, the 0 won't work as far as I know. Let's just see if that's what you mean, right? So I do a pop wrangle. And I type in here, if, I guess, if v at v, if length of v at v is smaller than 0.001 or 0.1, I'm not sure. We'll print the value, I guess. Then I want to set the v to 0. Is that what I want? I guess that's what I want to do. Okay. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. So V is actually pretty low. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, but it seems to... No, I was talking too soon. Okay, we do get that again. So can we just see what the velocities is? So it's actually... let's see, before it falls. So they are around 0.00. So they definitely do have a velocity, which is, I guess, quite odd, right? Alright, so you're saying I go in here and instead of setting that, just multiply it by 0 instead of typing it, I guess. Makes sense. We probably want to do lower then, right? Larger. Like that. And do we also want to use a clamp or something, or an absolute, because we did have negative velocities. I can probably also print or like add this as an attribute just to see quickly. F at V length. Man, this is a complicated network. Yeah, collision is set to box, yeah. But is a box actually a cube, or is it aligned still to the shape? Like, is it like a bound? Okay, let's see if we have our new attribute, which I already forgot how I named it. V length. Alright, so we don't have negatives in here, but we do have small values. So we have, I think 0.01 should probably be fine. Per object bounds. Okay, but that's good then, right? So essentially what you're saying is if I go to my object and this is my domino, a bound object is created as a bounding box, right? Okay, thanks, David. Yeah, it makes actually sense. Okay, let's try this again then. So now we have a more aggressive reset of velocity. So if the length of this is smaller than 0.01, which it is, and most of the time, then we just set the velocity to 0. Okay, let's hope for the best here. No, I can still see it happening. Man, that's totally bizarre. They move up actually. They move up and then I guess they fall down. Is that maybe that my ground collision object is just not detailed enough, that it's kind of intersecting or something? Or do I need to increase substeps? I don't know. Oh, we do have bounds. Okay, let's kill the bounds. So maybe that's what it is. Let's try this again. But I did multiply it with 0, didn't I? Isn't that what I need to do? Multiply equals 0. Shouldn't that do it? Well, otherwise I wouldn't need to do this, right? But I think that is correct. I could do v is equal to... Oh shit, what did I do? do this, right? Which is the same as multiplied. That I know for sure, that's the same. Oh, sorry, you're talking about v as an attribute. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, let's try that. Is that also v is linear velocity, w is angular velocity. Maybe the position of the ground should be the same as your collision padding. Yeah, okay, makes sense as well. Collision padding. Okay, so I guess my collision padding. Oh man, now I'm slowly getting confused here. So the collision padding is 0.01. So you're saying I should move the ground down by 0.01? Down. Let's see what that does. They do fall down a bit, which is okay. They're still good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's